Hi Cancer, here's a general look at your solar chart for September 2012, and there's some lighter energies on the menu for you as the month kicks off. So you could be busy socializing more, connecting with others, gathering, sharing information, running around more physically, or maybe it's just in your head, and there may be more for you to get your head around as well, because this is quite an educational area where the sun is. And also Mercury's there too until the 17th anyway. Mercury's in this very sociable area of your solar chart. It can mean more paperwork or discussions. In general, it's lighting up the area of communications, but also creative self-expression. So that's kind of media or promotional activity maybe, but it's like you'll be mentally very much on the go and on the ball, hopefully. Mercury is moving forwards. It's not retrograde, so there's no reason why you wouldn't be, but physically on the go as well is a possibility. Increased communications through speaking and writing, that's likely. More paperwork, and there could be more interaction, very much in the stream of information exchange over the wires as well. And especially with Venus in your sign from the 7th, that's good news. You haven't had Venus there for a long time. The downside is that you could overthink things and get scattered and jumpy and hasty. This is one of the side effects of too much Mercury, and so just do your thing, whatever it is that you can, to sort of chill out and still your mind. So some of this mental energy could be going through the media, communications, creative self-expression, but also communications equipment, and also centered around vehicles. It can also be working out like that, or transport, travel. You can get the best out of things and get the practical help or the material resources you need through others. So you need good people skills, and be developing the people skills, and the sort of communication skills at this time, but also you'll need good bargaining skills as well. And you can't get good bargaining skills until you've practiced and made a few mistakes, but in general that's what I mean actually. You could find that certain information or a certain contact though opens the way to something useful, or maybe it's just useful knowledge. And then from the 17th, discussions and maybe some differences of opinion may involve property, and perhaps you're feeling a bit more sensitive and touchy then. It can be around property, it can be around family members, interaction with family, or those that you call, like extended family within the locality, perhaps a neighborhood or a community over the wires. Conversations may center around a physical space, inside, outside. So you may be mulling things over, you may be feeling more sensitive, you may be wondering about where you're anchored, where you belong. Harking back to the past, maybe seeing, comparing the past with the present, I don't know. Maybe there's a blast from the past, it can be like that. And for some of you there can be more interaction with parents, and for some of you may be considering a legacy, an inheritance, a tradition. It might be like that, but it can be around, did I say it can be around property? But feelings do tend to be near the surface. Conversations or communications may touch you quite deeply, or push your buttons. So just be aware of that. But definitely a chattier time, right in your own backyard, or about your own backyard, or your base of operations, and lots of sort of socializing, kind of in the area, lots and lots of socializing, especially from, especially in the first week, which is when Venus is in your sign. Venus having been in your sign since August, So it makes it, lots more opportunities to mix and mingle and connect with others, feeling better in your skin. With Venus in your sign, you tend to be up for socializing. You want to kind of, go out and reach out to people. And you do tend to come across as more appealing and attractive, Cancer, with Venus in your sign. So, you could catch somebody's eye, very much so, at this time. And it doesn't switch off when Venus leaves your sign, but it just starts, it sparks. The spark is lit then. So that's very good news for your personal life, but it can also be good news for you in a business sense as well. So actually this is a good time for a makeover for you if you're listening to this. You probably listen to this in August. A good time for you to treat yourself to things, or to do nice things for yourself, to really play up this Venus energy in your sign. But also, there could be treats in the pipeline coming towards you from someone else as well. So definitely now is the time to get busy with using the law of attraction to, get the assets, or to sort of polish up the assets, if you've let them get a bit dusty, those assets of yours, and anything which can deliver to you whatever it is you're after. So that can be about you yourself, or it can be about something external to you that you can capitalize on. But also your talents. This is a good time to be using your talents, or to be blowing the dust off those as well, particularly from the 7th onwards. And you are feeling that certain company are opening doors to useful or attractive resources, or they are attractive, because this Venus energy can also make you see somebody else as very attractive and appealing, whether in a romantic sense or in a friendship type of way, or something that you want to get your hands on, particularly after the 7th. That's going to be stronger in you, probably have the volume turned up on it, because that's a more materialistic area, which is about financial deals, property, among other things. But overall, it means you can do well if you play your cards right with Venus in that area there from the 7th. Venus tends to ease things materially, oils the wheels in negotiations, gives you access to the path towards a resource that you very much want to get your hands on, or money, or other goodies, and just make sure that the stream isn't traveling too much from your pocket out there than out there into your pocket or into wherever. So this is a good time for acquiring or preserving basic stuff, improving the quality of what you have, appreciating really what you have, the beauty that you have around you, and or the practical use, and the what you have around you that you can capitalize upon, and which can save you money as well. But don't forget those talents of yours, because that will be a time for you to really start bringing them out for others to see, and putting more skill into or behind a talent of yours. And teamwork, connecting up, teaming up with somebody else can result in a fatter piggy bank, or an ego boost, or better health, or romance. Teaming up with somebody can be lucrative, or it can bring better resources towards you. Jupiter is in Gemini, the sign before yours, until next June, and that means it can bring fresh opportunities for you to learn about yourself and your inner needs over those many months, and perhaps come to know yourself more as a spiritual being, as a compassionate, giving being, and also as an artistic, healing, imaginative being as well, because those areas there will be lit up by the expansive energy of Jupiter, and during these months wondrous things could reveal themselves to you, and you could be feeling more charitable. You could be feeling like you want to put your get behind an organization which is serving the common good in some way, and that could be, very, very great benefit. It could benefit you greatly in your learning as well, and in your coming to understand that part of your nature, which gives without thinking of anything in return, because the house in your solar chart that Jupiter's in is a house of higher service and non-ego. So it's, yes, higher service, and it's being there for others, really. Mars is in a more playful area of your solar chart. For some, actually, it can be a very romantic area, so it just means that you're having fun centered around young people or pets, animals, or lovers. It's a very, very romantic area that Mars is in as well. It can be quite sizzly, in fact, but it's also a very creative, enterprising area too. And there will be more occasions, there tends to be more occasions when you feel at the center of attention, Cancer, more valued and definitely more empowered, more spontaneous, freer, more relaxed, really, which is all good news in my book. And so you can be speculating, though. You can feel like you want to take a bit of a gamble on something, or you want to be competitive in some way as well. And there's an element of risk here where Mars is, and Mars can be a bit hasty, so do be careful. Sleep on something before making a major decision. Whatever's going on over this period into October, you'll have the chance to enjoy playing the game in a more spontaneous way, or in a more romantic way, or through more time spent on a hobby or a leisure pursuit, and just getting on with projects that you find empowering, that make you feel good. So it doesn't have to be, the stereotypical hobby or leisure pursuit. It can be something that you work, really, but you get a lot out of it. So really, this is an area where Mars is activating the area of things that you can get a lot out of, or people you can get a lot out of, and you feel valued. You feel that you are in the stream, and resonating in the beam of resonating with your core self. So it's a very creative area, actually, and there'll be moments when you get a chance to just really throw yourself into something and not have any doubt, because you're not going to feel that others are scrutinizing you or judging you in any way. And then from the 23rd, the Sun moves then, and the mental pace will slow down. You'll be touching base with yourself, touching base with your base, or a base, and the focus will probably be more upon family, and where you're anchored inside and outside. And that's it for September. If you're not on my website already, if you're interested, go and you'll see written there what's happening with the slow moving outer planets, which is the background to what I've been saying here. Also, you might like to listen to your rising sign or your moon sign, but don't pay so much attention to the dates. If it is your rising sign or your moon sign, if you know what they are, it's just the one for the sun sign. The dates are more accurate, okay? And I'll be explaining that on another video shortly when I get the time. And anyway, I hope that helps, and I'll see you the next time.